everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. This ought to be interesting, at least I hope so. Now, I don't want to review any more headphones, and especially earbuds. That being said, I think I found a way to make them interesting. The reason why I don't want to do any more is we've done a ton, and it's like, what else can headphones kind of do? Although there are a lot of cool designs, so I don't know. But mostly it's just very difficult to make a video about them. It's even harder than reviewing speakers because primarily, I can't share the experience with you in terms of letting you hear what I'm hearing, kind of a deal. It's a lot easier to show you things or even to demonstrate ambient things that you can experience, but earbuds, headphones, can't really do that over YouTube, right? So this will be a challenge. However, I think I found a way to make it interesting, at least I hope so. And again, was not looking for, expecting to review headphones until I heard about these because there is something significantly interesting, let's just say that, about these. Anyway, you're not going to want to miss this.
This is Record-ology.
So the first thing that jumped out at me was the fact that they're not even really earbuds, they're in-ear studio monitors. And when I think of a studio monitor, yes, we've reviewed monitors before on the channel, I think of completely flat response. There's no added bass or treble. There's no EQ curve, per se. They're designed to be flat and neutral for production use. And, when you're listening to music, sometimes you want it to sound, not completely flat. You want there to be added bass, added treble, or at least to be able to control it, or for the product to be designed with that in mind. So when I saw that initially, I was like, I don't really know, monitors. Then the second thing that jumped out at me was the fact that they're wired. And this kind of seems to be a step backwards, right? Because we're now, so far into Bluetooth, we're finally experiencing lossless aptX codecs, where we can do, lossless Bluetooth audio transmissions that sound good, both in speakers and in headphones. So, why are we taking a step back with a headphone that has an actual physical cable? But when I looked a little bit into the product, I saw that there are a lot of audiophile-ish things about it, and it actually is designed for music use. So I figured, what the heck, let's give it a shot. Now, before we unbox it and test it out, and in terms of testing it out, instead of me just, doing that off camera and coming back and saying, yeah, they sounded good or bad, I'm gonna do that in real time with you. So I know you're not gonna be able to hear what I'm hearing, but I'm gonna try my best to describe it to you rather than just tell you after the fact. So hopefully, I do a good job of that. But before we do that, I wanna look at their Amazon page and kind of read through some of these product facts and that jumped out to me that make these different. Like, what is different about this? Price-wise, $109.99. They're made by a company called SIMGOT, S-I-M-G-O-T. They are the EM6L. And there is some terminology on here, even having worked in professional audio and consumer audio for, decades now. I don't even know what all of these things mean, so I'm hoping that you can jump in and educate me, as you often do, in the comment section. Okay, to begin with, the drivers. There's multiple drivers, including an 8mm custom-designed high polymer diaphragm, dual cavity dynamic driver, and et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to just read specifications. I just want to kind of touch on some, talking points here. Tuned towards the H-2019 target curve. Never heard of that before. Universally acclaimed for its 3-frequency balance and precision soundstage reproduction. Sounds interesting. This is also interesting. 3D printed resin housing. So the cabinet or the housing is not molded plastic. It's not metal. It is a 3D printed resin. Why would they choose to do that? A finely textured resin housing serves as the cornerstone. So they're not just saying it has it, they're saying that they're proud of it. Cornerstone for unparalleled sound purity, eliminating standard waves. That's amazing. It's never made 3D printing sound so good. It ensures every note response with flawless clarity, adding to the allure. Some of this is verbatim off of the thing. CNC, which is like computer controlled manufacturing, basically finishing products with a computer-controlled system. Processed faceplate brings a touch of elegance and sophistication. Its mirror-like finish exudes a sense of refined artistry. So I love marketing speak. It's fun. It's really fun. High purities, OFC. I don't know what OFC stands for. Silver-plated cable, low oxygen, copper, etc., etc. This thing looks really cool. I don't know how comfortable it is considering it's wired in their little earbuds. But that being said, I listen to wired earbuds all the time. And it has a little junk box here, but in them are my go-to standby earbuds. These are great workhorse. I love them. I use them to this day. I have to use an adapter because the new iPhones don't have the headphone jack. So I shouldn't be, it shouldn't be weird to me that they're hardwired, but they don't look like they're conducive to a wire sticking out of them. And they also look kind of big. So I'm curious how that goes. Now we've got an exploded diagram. I love exploded diagrams showing all of the components. I think everything looks better in this manner. If you look in the middle there's sort of this housing with these different canals and channels. And apparently that's been precisely tuned. And, just going through all this stuff. They've got, the resin, 3D printed resin tubes for the inside set, or the inside piece there to kind of channel the different drivers to the ear canal. We'll see. I'm for it. Let's give it a listen here. I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what it looks like on presentation. Okay, there it is. Let's go ahead and take the shrink wrap off. So packaging these days is awesome. We're like in the, I don't know what you would call it, the renaissance of packaging, but we went from good packaging in the 80s and 90s to cheapo, cut your hand open, blister packs in the late 90s and early 2000s, back to quality packaging these days. I mean, these foil insets, it's just done really, really well. There's that diagram in there and the frequency response. By the way, this has a 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz response, which is pretty amazing for earbuds. I mean, that's pretty dang amazing. But look at this box. I know it's a box. I know it's just a box, but at the same time, I love quality packaging. And I think that Apple really set the standard for that with the iPhone. Honestly, I think that it comes down to them. Look at this. This is exquisite. I don't even use that word. Look at this felt padded area. There's the product itself. We got this box down here labeled accessories. I guess we're supposed to take these out first. I'm going to set those gently to the side and try to remove this. That doesn't want to come out yet. Okay, do I pull this out? I don't want to have to break anything, but what am I supposed to do next? Okay, never mind. It's terrible packaging. Just kidding. It's still amazing packaging, even though I don't know what I'm doing. It's probably something very simple. Okay, what do we got? Ear cups in here? We have ear cups. So different size ear cups, depending on whether or not your ear canal is non-standard. And then down here, how many accessories can a pair of earbuds have? Wow, look at this. That's so cool. It's like a tiny headphone case. That is cool. That's another thing. Things are starting to come with cases now. Again, the early days they did, and then for years and years and years, nothing. And then now it's sort of back, which I love. Look at this quality. Fabric lined zipper case. This is the high purity cable. Wow. It's got some heft to it. It's a braided cable with like a clear outer shell. We have a Velcro tie. That's amazing. This is really cool. It's I'm just surprised by the weight. And this is where it plugs into the earbuds. So that, I think they did this instead of having it be a 1/8 inch because it'll be a little bit lighter that way. And then here's the connector with a little protector on it. Gold plated, I'm sure. Fantastic. Okay, and the main product here. Got some heft to it. You don't want it to be too heavy though. Wow. Wow, you really can't tell that's 3D printed. I was expecting it to look kind of rough around the edges maybe a little bit because of 3D printing, but that looks as good as injection molding. Wow. Impressive. A little microphone there, maybe for like noise canceling. All right, so it doesn't come fitted with a ear cup. We're gonna have to put one on. So let's go ahead and choose one. Okay, I've sort of lined them up here on the box. They look to be like a 2-piece ear cup, probably silicone. Usually these are all one piece, but the inner part there, the dark part, looks really thick around the edges, which is good because sometimes if they're too thin and light and cheap, that part has a hard time staying on the actual earbud itself. So that black part is what's going to snap on to the chrome part there. So I'm going to go with the middle size and kind of see if that's the right one for me. Hopefully it is. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of insert it. Now you want it to be tight. You don't want it to go on too loose. Sometimes it takes a bit of force and then it sort of snaps into position. Looks like I got it. Okay, cool. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and attach the cable. Now I'm not sure if it's supposed to go like this or like this, but for now, oh, maybe there's two sizes. Now it looks like the pins are both the same size. You know, probably, let's see, what's the right way up? If that's up, I'm guessing the cable probably goes like this. So let's go ahead and insert these like that. There we go, fully assembled. Let me go ahead and do the other one and we'll try them on. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure I'm doing this right, but this is kind of what we got going on. The cable has a designed curl into it, and I'm guessing that this would be, you know, the way you would want it for the right side. I don't know, like, because that would be like kind of pulling it back towards the back of your head. I'm not 100% sure. There's no manual, which I just realized is kind of weird. There's got everything except a manual. Okay, so let's go ahead and just try the fit test. Let's see if it fits. This is not my favorite thing to do. This is another reason why I don't like reviewing products I have to demonstrate, like on me, like wearable things. Like, here's my fat head, enjoy it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put this in. Okay, and this side in. Interesting. The cables already feel like they're in the way. That doesn't feel like okay. So the earbud feels right. Like, it feels like it went in fine. Because the body is so close to this piece, there's not a lot of, like, I guess you would call it lateral movement. It either goes in or out. There's not like, you can't push it in a little deeper, pull it out. It just kind of sits where it's going to sit. But the cables having a kink right there seems to present a bit of an issue. I kind of wish it was straighter like that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could try it the other way around and see if that fits better. But initial thoughts. Okay, I reversed it and I think I got it. Now, see the kink? It kind of goes around my earlobe. I wonder if that's I bet that's the way it is. That looks a lot better. Okay, and that feels a lot better too. Okay, so the kink is designed to get around your earlobe. And now, I can tell you from a fit standpoint, they fit okay. They fit good. They feel good. They're sealed. And it's actually kind of hard to talk with them in my ears because it's the silicone seals to the canal. I feel like I got the right size ear cups in there. So now we got to give them a listen. Now we got to put them on. We know how they fit. They know how they assemble. But we need to find a device to plug into this. Okay. So we need a device, obviously. So I'm going with CD, my favorite lossless format. I love compact disc. By the way, I still love these Klim CD players. They are fantastic. I heard back from the guy at Klim. I had asked him a question that always comes up, and that is, what's the resolution of the CD player when it's in the anti-skip mode? Because as you know, when you put it in anti-skip, it buffers the audio into RAM and then plays it back from RAM. So I asked the question, and he said that he went to the engineering team, the design team, and it turns out that the buffer is 320K. So it is a lossy compression. We verified that. It's what everybody has suspected for years, but I don't think we've ever seen a statistic on that. But yes, indeed, when you are in ASP mode, it's lossy. And then you can turn off the ASP. ASP stands for anti-skip protection, sort of a generic acronym. So yeah, you can turn that off, bypass that, and which is what I'll do today, and it'll go into full lossless mode. But something to be aware of, something interesting for music, probably making its first appearance on this show, is something you may be surprised about. I was huge into New Kids on the Block. I remember 6th grade, it was so popular. It was like so popular. I had the tape. I pretty much wore it out. Probably only second to Michael Jackson's Bad in terms of music that I absolutely loved. So several years ago, I was at 2nd and Charles back in Denver, and I came across this used, looks like it's, well loved, this digipack of kind of the greatest hits. So we'll give this a listen. In fact, these guys are still out there doing music, which is amazing. I know it's a boy band, which may strike you as odd, but I just love the music. To me, it's very a very 80s sound to it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this bad boy queued up. And we're going to go ahead and insert this. We're going to turn on the CD player, which is always a good idea. Okay, here's my non-glamorous glamour shot. All right, this will be kind of hard to talk with these in, so if my voice sounds weird, I apologize. Now it's weird. Now it seems like the cable's acting funky. That's the right side. Okay, we're not going to fuss around with the cable anymore. Okay, I'm going to hit play on the CD and let you know my real-time thoughts. Without further ado, here we go. Good bass. Really good bass. Interesting. It sounds very clear in the high end. It sounds very clean. Wow. It is pretty dynamic. I'm going to skip through a couple different songs here. Hard to talk and listen at the same time, but you don't want to just watch a guy sitting there saying nothing during a review, so I wish I could somehow share the sound with you. Wow. The sound stage is very wide. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, I'm impressed. It actually does sound a lot better than I expected. Not that I expected it to sound bad, but I hear so many good headphones and so many good earbuds that how do you distinguish yourself from the crowd, right? And these sound a notch above. They sound absolutely fantastic. Okay, I've spent the better part of the day listening to these, and I'm very, very impressed. I keep fiddling, by the way, with the cables. Sometimes I can't get them to lay right. But the sound quality is just phenomenal. They have a punchy, immediate sound. I feel that the mids and upper end are sort of prominent, but there is a very smooth and powerful and accurate bass response as well. So overall, I feel like they really do sound fantastic, like you're listening to a premium set of speakers, and the build quality is fantastic. And over various genres of music, I was hearing detail in songs that I have never heard before. So it's a very intimate listening experience. They are very noise canceling, and I didn't see anything. There was no manual, which was weird, but I didn't see anything in any of the marketing or any of what I read to state that noise canceling was a factor in their design. That being said, they were very noise canceling, and I think it's mostly due to that silicone cup. It's a really good one for the ear, and you are just immersed in the music. You cannot hear somebody talking right next to you. So they'd be really good for like the gym or somewhere where you want to listen privately. You wouldn't want to listen with just one ear because you have the weight of the other earpiece hanging down. And also the soundstage would be interrupted. And one of the best features of this also is the soundstage. $110 is a lot of money for wired headphones. Now I get these are, a different category. These are more of a premium item. These aren't something you're just going to pick up, at Walgreens to get you by. With that in mind, if that's in your budget and you're looking for a fantastic sounding pair of earbuds, these would fit the bill. I would not, if you had these and you're thinking to yourself, oh man, I'm missing out on so much, I wouldn't feel that way. I feel that these will get the job done for a lot of people. But if you really want to step into the next level of sound quality, you will hear a significant difference with these, with a significant cost increase as well. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I'll put a link in the description below. Something I don't think I've ever asked you before. What are your favorite earbuds? Do you listen to earbuds? A lot of people tell me they don't have any of that. They don't listen to music that way. But let me know in the comments down below, not only what you think of this, but what type of earbuds, earphones that you recommend. Well, my friends, that's going to do it for today. Happy record hunting. We'll see you next time.